Hi instinct runners, if you want to know what a sack filled with stones, a drumstick and a pair of running shoes have in common, stick around. So, welcome to the Instinct Running channel and thanks for being around. To the subscribers, good job. You're the first, but you're definitely not going to be the last. So what is it about today? I said a sack, a pair of drumsticks and running shoes. We would like to explain to you why people often have problems in running easily and with comfort. It has a lot to do with your stability, your core stability, and how especially you use a running system, meaning the foot together with your calves and the entire body. So you really want to know how to run faster? Now watch this. If you take, for example, a rigid stick and throw it onto the ground, you can see it bounces off the ground. And this is because the energy which is in the stick is reflected from the ground. So it's an up and bounce. And this what now happens is a 1 in a million. If I take a sack with sand or whatever and let that fall, you can see there's absolutely no energy coming out of the ground again. You just lose all the energy to the ground. And this is what we need to understand in the principle of running, is that we do have a choice of how we want to use our dynamic energy coming out of our body. So what we must think about is, if we go for a rigid stick, which is really stiffened, it bounces and reflects off, and the part of the energy which is in the stick is reflected upwards. Now I can demonstrate you this with a little drum part, is the rebound of the stick, which is the energy inside the stick, which I just learned to control. Cool! Now watch this, and the speed which comes up. Now if I do that even smarter, this is what you call a one-handed roll with a stick. Now this is my ambition, to teach and show you people how you can become not a stick, but a runner who's really able to use this. Now let's go back to the single stones in this case. Now let's imagine these were muscles, single muscles we all have on our body, and we put them together in our body. We don't coordinate them, we don't care, we just put them into our body, we just have them. But we don't understand how to use them together. Now the result will be that if we let them fall, it'll just be like a lot of energy wasted, the muscles don't know what to do, and every single step you do, you'll have to rebuild the energy to obviously elevate yourself. And this costs a lot of energy. So let's find out how we can optimize this and not be a sack of sand.
I don't even know what that means.
But rather become something like a rigid piece of running which really puts the energy to the ground and then takes advantage of it with the rebound. So, what's the choice? You going for the stick or for the uncoordinated muscles? Well, obvious. I think, maybe, yes,
Nice.
Okay, now we've got the choice. Let's go for the stick. Let's find out how this works. Let's go for it. Now, if you would decide to become a stick and you put, for example, these on, you'll start running not only fast, but healthy. And you'll find a comfort because the energy you put into the floor via your legs will be so much more effective. So, got you a little interested? Oh, by the way, I have a little message for you, a friend you have. So, check this out. Hi, these are your feet talking to you. Do you know that we are the only contact point to the ground when you run? You must give us the highest possible mobility, because this is the only place where your strength and energy can be transferred into running dynamics. We are sad because you exercise all the other muscles, but never us. Let's start up and get us into shape. Thanks, buddy. Okay, I think you understood the message, right? And be honest, how much have you really exercised your feet? Go in, find out how you can use your feet structure, which is exactly the same as your hand structure, with the same amount of ligaments, muscles, and whatever, how we can make this happen and work in your favor. So please, just check out the video now. We have a few exercises coming up. Don't skip because you might miss the exact most important information. The first thing is going to be ins and outs, ups and downs, and yeah, let's have a joyride. Catch you later. So this is what we would call left and right. You go on your tiptoes, keep your body stable and sway over to the right side. Don't lose your hip, keep it nice and stiff. Sway to the center and do the same to the other side. You will immediately notice the stress on your feet, the combination of your calves with your entire body having to stabilize itself. But this is what it's about. It needs to be one unit. So repeat this and we will be putting in the link how often you need to do so. Thank you very much, the feet are saying. The next one we would call in and out. Here it is all about the ankles. So on your tiptoes, conquer your ankles outside, keep them there, and then conquer them inside as much as you can. Repeat this a few times as well. And as we say, your feet are already saying, thank you very much. Okay, once you've tried this, you'll notice how much force you actually have to use to keep your feet in the position and how tiring it is. Now just imagine you're running, and every single step you make, your foot needs to endure this impact and especially bounce out again. And this is why, let's from these static movements go into a slightly dynamic impulse. And the next exercise you'll have is exactly this little tick. This is what we would call micro impulse. Now the idea is to put yourself in a stable position, put your foot to the front, put the weight on the front foot and flick with the power of your foot structure backwards. So it's really a forward step, flick back, and really try and put it out of your foot and not out of the hip. You do the same to the side. You can of course later do it not only on the right but also the left side, to the back, and make sure that your hip is always sturdy and your upper body as well. It is really just the foot doing the impulse, pushing out. Same to crossover. Here make sure that your knees are going very far down and that you really push out of the foot and don't drag over with your upper body. Now once you've done so and position yourself, you can continuously go forward and backward and really try and keep the pressure on the feet and not bring all the power up out of the upper body. So now you go over the crossing, you go over to the outside and continue this and speed up. Speed up so far that you still control, but notice that you're putting a lot of stress on your foot structure. And you can already see the amount of work the feet not only need to do, but also the calf muscles and the entire body. But important is stay in position and have fun. So now you've had this little flick out. Let's put this into a motion. And the next exercise will be a very, very simple little box, a place wherever you like. And just go through it and start coordinating the impulse from the feet into the entire body. Okay, so check this out. So let's put in some dynamics into this whole thing and put some arm swing to it. We call this the box jumps. So you're going to take the arms and just swing them upwards, and with the power of the swing, you're going to activate your feet and just hop onto this little small box. Now you must understand that when you're running, for example, your foot can impact up to 40,000 times, for example, during a marathon, and every single step needs to be perfect. So teach your body, or better, offer your body so your body can understand what you want from him. So it'll be a step backwards, load the spring system and shoot out and land safely. Now this landing is basically the same as what's going to be happening when you're running. Is every single time you pound on the ground, your feet need to coordinate the muscle structure and the bone structure with the rest of the body. And to coordinate this even better, you do this continuously forward and back. And just by having to hop forward and then hop over, and especially now hop backwards, the combination of muscles you get offered for your body is so much different to normal running. This is an information your muscle memory will really gratefully take. Put this on highest energy and as you'll just enjoy yourself. Now you've had the box jumps. Very simple but very effective, and I hope you didn't fall, especially when you're jumping backwards, because it happened to me the first times I did this. I just stumbled to the back. Check out the next one. Now it really gets tiring. Now we go into the motion. All right, let's get to work. Now this is where it becomes really dynamic. So we call this side to side. You put yourself a mat on the floor and you can see you just hop over it and do it that you land with your forefoot, balancing your entire body from the lateral direction of movement. Balance it out and step over. Now you do the same. We call this front, front. Exactly the same, step over the mat, and you can see on the calves how many little muscles need to interact just to be able to keep your stability. And this is exactly what we're looking for. We're looking for intramuscular coordination. And to put this to the peak, you spin around, and now the body needs to stop a rotation, which is obviously for the body quite a complex thing to do, but the muscle memory you get off this is just incredible. It will boost your running speed so much more not only, but it'll put a coordination between all the muscles best you can. And if you've done so and you've survived this part, please just do it in a part of sets by continuous high intense killer sets. You can do, for example, 20 steps per leg and do this 10 times or whatever. I can just promise you one thing, all the athletes who have been doing this continuously have improved significantly in their run performance. Okay, to this last one, I'm not going to say anything. We call it the rat race, the longest short race. It's 1 meter long. Just check it out. I'm not going to say a single word to it. It's enormously fun. It is straining. You'll see what's coming up. But hey, check it out. I'm just going to shut up. Have fun on this. Okay, we hope you enjoyed this series of simple but doable exercises. It's already the beginning of incorporating your feet and your foot structure into your entire running. Do these exercises, for example, twice a week. We can assure you, you will have a positive effect. Thank you so much for your time. We hope you loved this video. If so, give us the like. Yes, please subscribe because there's more coming. And if you want to know when we are bringing new videos, please hit the notification bell. Thank you so much. My name is Folkert Behrends, and yes, I love running, and yes, I have been successful, but this is something I'll tell you another time. Take care, guys, and keep it running, and remember, run because you can. Bye-bye.